Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and as you, I am also very, very excited about the way things are taking shape in India on the political climate. When we look at the interesting coincidence, if you talk about ABC of Indian politics, then in one way you are talking about the basics, how things are unfolding, who's going to win, who has more winnability, and what are the factors that are leading that particular party to the position which is aspired for everyone. But if you look at it differently, A stands for Aam Aadmi Party, B stands for Bharatiya Janata Party, and C for Congress. So we'll be discussing ABC of Indian politics, and I have the pleasure and honor and joy of welcoming these two esteemed panelists. So I am now joined by Nagendra Roy ji, who is CEO of Aanseacore, Rajendra Harsh, a project management consultant and political analyst. I would begin with Rajendra ji with open-ended question. Looking at ABC in the context of how what uh, factors make a party acquire uh, positive vibes in the minds of the voters. So, ABC at this point, after 75 years of independence, uh, what is the aspiration with which a voter is likely to consider who to vote for? Rajendra ji, very open ended.
Yeah. Ashok ji, what you said, Aam Aadmi and Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress, I took it from something differently. I
Ji.
see it as an anarchist, Bharatiya, communist, and communal. So A stands for anarchist, which is Aam Aadmi Party, and he himself told I'm an anarchist. Okay, and he has shown it that all the system, whatever it is just shoot and just get away with everything. Whatever he does, there is no system in it. So he's an anarchist, no doubt at all. Bharatiya Janata Party goes on Indian culture, Indian values, and they represent the civilization. And nowadays, Congress represents communities, communals, all caste, creeds, all the caste difference, and communist idea of sharing wealth and getting from somebody and distributing to others. So this ABC is very clear right now in front of the overall of.
Very, very well put, and I appreciate that aphoristic and pointed way. But let's see whether Nagendraji agree with you, and let's go party by party, and then we'll get to the current headlines also.
So,
Aam Aadmi Party, Nagendraji, Aam Aadmi Party as anarchist. You agree?
see, before we make a comment on this agree or disagree, it's not about me personally talking about agree or disagree. It's about the walking the talk, basically, right? Every political party, they have so many different agendas, and they are diplomatic when it comes to the election and when they are really into the election. So somebody who is really, walking the talk, what they have promised earlier in last 4 5 years or 40 years or 50 years, then we can understand their characteristics. Okay, this is how, and that is where the community or the citizens are now very well aware of who is who, basically. And doing, and some people are getting polarized because they don't evaluate or analyze in that sense. They just go with them at the heat of the moment. But here, I agree with what Rajendra is saying, is anarchist and communist or communal, or that kind of stuff. So everybody is trying to make a point at that given point of time. And I will come to one more inputs to this particular discussion later in our part. But I agree what Rajendra is saying.
Yeah. Sounds good. I think we are moving upwards in terms of our thinking together. And what you have highlighted is how much convincing you are, how much trustworthy you are based on what you have done, what you have said, etc. And let me not quote exactly, but what I heard recently from Aam Aadmi Party leader from a platform, Rajendra ji, he was referring maybe 3 4 days ago that Prime Minister Narendra Modi always talks about Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party. And I'll say it in Hindi, उसमें थोड़ा उनका फ्लेवर आ जाता है थोड़ा कि जो भी उनसे मिलने के लिए आता है तो ऐसे कुछ लोग हैं जो उनको भी जानते हैं और हमको भी जानते हैं, तो वो हमको आके बताते हैं। एंड दिस पर्सन goes on to say कि वो आम आदमी पार्टी को डिस्ट्रॉय करना चाहते हैं, पूछते हैं वगैरह। बट नाउ लुक एट इट, ही जस्ट केम आउट ऑफ तिहाड़ जेल ऑन बेल like 3-4 days ago, and now he is giving a summary of people who are known to both parties. What I'm saying is, as Nagendra said, you are not convinced that he is coming from the space of truth. So being convincing to the people, again the same yardsticks, and allow, we'll come back to Aam Aadmi Party, Rajendra, but let us go to, I mean, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is giving so many interviews left, right, and center, in addition to the number of rallies that he's addressing. ऐसा तो कभी हुआ ही नहीं. He has become so much available for the press. आज वो उड़ीसा में किसी से बात कर रहे हैं तो वहां पे वो अलग issues को discuss कर रहे हैं. So talk to me about any significant point which sort of appeal to you in some of the conversations that you might have also heard recently.
Ashok ji, there are few facts which we need to look into it, and which Mr. Modi knows very well. He has got overall vote percentage of 2019, which was the highest for BJP, is 38%. Hindus population is 80%. No Muslim is given vote to the BJP. It means he has got less than 50% of Hindus of voting for him. Even after all those things which are happening, and they are saying that he's polarizing and everything, his poll is not getting even for 50% of the Hindu votes. Number one, which he knows about it. So, and the RSS main ideology is that if Hindus are not organized on their own, the country is not organized. If Hindus are not strong enough, the country is not strong enough. And that has been a fact, has been overall. Whenever the Hindus have fought themselves, they have got outsiders and they won the case. So he is making that point. Another thing you need to know, that this time, specifically Modi, has made it very clear by removing Shivraj Singh Chauhan, by removing Vasundhara Raje, that all the votes which comes because of him. And it is well known fact you ask many voters, they say we are voting for Modi, not for BJP. Okay, if Modi is not there, lot of percentage of votes will go down for the BJP. So this time Modi wants to make it clear cut that the whole country is with me, and that's why all Modi guarantee and everything which is going. So on international level, he wants to show it that it is a Modi and the whole. That's why he's working much more aggressively and much more. He was not so friendly to the media in 2019. He is not giving so many interviews. Right now, he is giving interviews each and everybody except Rajdeep Sardesai.
But his colleagues were there. So Rajdeep
So he's
Sardesai,
doing his best to show to the whole world and to show to everybody that is Modi who is doing it, so that if he wants to take some strong decisions, he can say it that I have got the this approval from the whole country on my name, and when I say this, I would like to do this. So there's some thing which he wants to do is a really fundamental changes overall, not changing constitution as the Congress is saying, but within the constitutions, something is going to change. That's what I feel.
yeah. So wonderful, Rajendra and Nagendra. Before I come to you, I just want to share my sort of impression based on various interviews that I heard. He is a visionary in terms of he is in alignment with the potential pathway of growth and development for India. So other things do have their place in his consideration, because the questions that are asked, as Rajendra was mentioning, if BJP comes back to power with majority, it's going to do away with the constitution, or mentioning that
No,
they will.
I'm not saying do away with the constitution. That's what
No, no,
Congress.
no, 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 no. The opposition is saying. I'm not saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that is the narrative which is built. So these kind of questions, when they are raised, then he responds to them. But I just want to add a quick point is, he has a unique ability of turning the allegation and putting the guns back to from where it is coming. For example, this appeasement space or reference and saying that he always is indulging in Hindu Muslim. तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, ये तो कांग्रेस कर रही है, तो मुझे वापस अगर रिस्पॉन्ड करना है, जनता को बताना है, तो मुझे ये करना ही पड़ेगा. And on the face of it, he sounds quite convincing because he's coming up with the earlier statements of Congress leaders and the way they are playing their card. So I come to you. Uh, he has probably better memory power and ability to articulate logics. Now you compare that with Rahul Gandhi, and where do you see? Because there were references that both of them should come for debate.
See, and you are right there where I wanted to, give my insight into it is people think Prime Minister Mr. Modi, he is talking just like that. That is not the case.
No, never.
Number two, he is leading the communication in the community, no matter whatever topic you pick up. Okay. If you see the election 2014, 2019, and 2024, this year, this 2024 election is very open. Now, since other parties in the past, they were playing this card, different type of casteism and this religions and these cards in the back end. But now he made it so open. So he is talking about each and every aspect of how this is impacting and how this has been impacted already our country in some growth as well as the individual capacity. It's not about hiding things and then put it into different words and shying away from that, right? Because what Aam Aadmi Party is saying, what Congress is saying, what BJP is saying, everybody have to put play on the front foot. They cannot do anything on the back foot. So when Modi says something, it has lot of weightage and that kind of a motivation which is like positive to everyone, no matter what religion and casteism they talk about. So he is leading the communication basically, and he is leading the conversation. No matter what he is thinking, he also make others to speak. Okay, what you are thinking?
So he's a thought leader also, in addition
Right.
to being a political leader, is what I gather from Nagendra ji. And Rajendra ji, while he talks about 100 days plan or 120 days plan after the government is formed, keeping the youth also in the picture, now that also relates to the very important, call it criticism or question mark on the delivery aspect of Modi government with respect to unemployment. And when you hear it from Rahul Gandhi or opposition leaders, they'll say that there has been no employment generation. But he comes up with the data with respect to what startups and how many people are employed. And so it is not just the government service that is to be
Rajendra,
considered
will
as
you allow me?
employment.
I will speak one line and then I
Yeah.
will hand it over to you. Who who in the past has given 50 years roadmap or the vision to this country? Tell me who, even a single person for their constituency or even for their state or for the country. Who gave that? Nobody so far, right? So if he has that vision and he is making efforts towards that, there are so many challenges in the world. It's not running a small house or small company, it's running a nation where you have a lot of diversity, no matter what language, caste, religion, economy, everything. So I will
Yeah.
hand it over
No,
to
I will
Rajan.
also add one line and come to you, Rajendra ji. In recent interview, he said that he doesn't think in isolation. It is comprehensive and integrated thinking. So what he is doing, one thing is related to another, and he gives a lot of example, starting from digital banking, etc. So talk to me about your impression on this aspect of Prime Minister Narendra Modi being a visionary. Do you see that working in the minds of voters while they go for deciding?
Yeah. So, Ashok ji, I agree with you and Nagendra ji. He's a visionary and he has shown in Gujarat the vision. The first year itself, because I remember I was in Gujarat those days, that when he became a chief minister first time, there was a lot of, every second year there was a drought in Gujarat. Okay, he called the all I am aluminium. He called I am professors and told why it is happening. They say how much rain we are getting. So they say at minimum best what rain we are getting is more than enough what we are required for whole of the state. He got created 1 million pounds throughout the Gujarat, and it's not government money. He said the material will be give the government and the labor will be done by the villagers. Every village they seen the topography, and the whole water department engineers were sent for the classroom training by the consultant who prepared the plan for the water irrigation and water preservation conservation. For 6 months they everybody went only to class, not to the office. Okay, and after that you must not have heard any time Gujarat a drought. So he took out work out of the Narmada Dam. He worked out against all the problems of the NGOs things, and he worked out all those creating a water conservation scheme. So he's a visionary, no doubt at all. Now, as far as the voters are concerned, Modi knows very well. I just would like to put it forward what I have told, telling you earlier, that 50% of 40% of Hindus are already giving vote because of or vote or because of Vikas or because of work VH has done. But he need not remind them that there is electricity, water, or roads. Everybody is seeing. So there is no point in him talking to the saying that I have given you electricity, I have given you 5 kilo. That everybody knows. There is no point in repeating those things. So those 50-40% are already there with him. Now he has to get another 10-15%. So his overall vote percentage become more than 50% of BJP. To them, he is talking about if you give the vote to the Congress today or in future, what will happen to you? The Muslims, they'll be on religion basis, they'll be on the caste basis. So he is particularly this time talking this language only for those who did not vote him in 2019. He is targeting them, and he's telling them that if you don't give me vote and if you give vote to the Congress today or tomorrow, in what you are getting into it. And he's exposing them. So that is his strategy. As a visionary, he has to tell his voters that what is good for you I have done, that's okay, you know it. What can happen bad to you if I am not there? So that's what I feel. And voter, I think with that, even 5% voters gets converted to him, he'll get a landslide victory. That what I feel the way he is thinking.
I think you have tried to read his mind in a way which sounds logical. So let me hear from Nagendra ji. One after first phase or so, the reference of your Mangal Sutra would be targeted by Congress if it comes back to power, and that inheritance, wealth distribution, etc. In that context, he also mentioned कि वो जिनके ज्यादा बच्चे हैं उनको दे देंगे, and then this whole thing. So that is still continuing. उसके अलग अलग threads निकल कर आ रहे हैं. अभी 2-3 दिन पहले कोई राहुल गांधी ने 10 साल पहले ये बात एग्जैक्टली कही थी जो कि मोदी जी कह रहे हैं, तो वो भी साक्ष्य के रूप में वो लेकर आ गए हैं. पर इसका इसके ये मतलब डबल एजेड स्वॉर्ड की तरह होता है. तो जो पोटेंशियल मुस्लिम वोटर्स हैं, and somehow I don't think that Muslims are not voting for Modi ji. I kind of I have that. I don't know the percentage because you see in lot of pictures as well as in policies.
There
Yeah,
might be, but they're minuscule. It's not
I
negligible.
yeah. So Nagendra ji, your take on this aspect of call it religious divide, how it is going to play out for either of the parties, Congress, BJP, etc.
As I said earlier, right? He is setting up the agenda for others. Okay, others are not setting up agenda for him. What he speaks, later what happens? Everybody react to it. Nobody is leading that conversation. He is leading the conversation and bringing the topics what matters to the country most. And when it comes to the voting part, who is voting and who is not voting, right? If somebody is so prejudiced and having a radical mindset, they will go one versus another, right? Either they will go for Congress or Aam Aadmi Party or BJP. But if somebody thinks in a overall growth perspective, where they have a understanding of why we were not able to grow in last 70 years, and now we have made this progress in last 10 years, including having the pandemic and all those different challenges in the world. Why the price? I was watching another channel where they four anchors, or the kind of analyst, they were taking interview with Modi, and he was answering all damn answers to them on their face honestly.
Not only
And
honestly, he was taking their class also in a very loving manner.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
He told you are
and he
having
was saying, he was saying, okay, media has to play that role as well, because what happens, it's not like a, you know promoting someone, or doing some propaganda or something like that. It's about bringing the facts in, whether it's right or wrong, good or bad, whatever it is, right? We have to talk about those wrong things so that we can make those correction in future. That's
Yeah,
what the message was.
absolutely. So we'll probably be able to touch two more points quickly, and one relates to the use of enforcement directorate. The data suggests the way ED's raids has resulted in to collection of crores of rupees in the last 10 years. Compare that with all these years during the other regime. It was only in certain lakhs that these raids resulted. So when the charge is leveled that ED is not functioning impartially, and it is being manipulated by the government, he comes up with his own argument, and I don't have exact data, but that number is quite staggering.
Hmm.
So somewhere in response to an RTI, they said that five. No, let me not mix it up. So, but it is thousands of crores that they
of
have
crore.
succeeded.
And
So,
earlier few
Yeah, Rajendra ji. So, talk to me about the politicization of these agencies. The charge, as is leveled by opposition continuously, is it sitting with voters, or they think now government is functioning fine? Your
as,
views.
as far as a voter is concerned, I would love that BJP takes out all the corrupt politicians, corrupt officers, and everybody. If they do out of 100 only 70, no problem. Let Congress come sometime and do rest of 30s. Okay. Neither you nor I, as a voter, can catch any politician, can catch any IS officer. So even if they do themselves, like a gang war, one is killing others, I am happy. I'm not saying that BJP is doing only against Congress. I'm not saying that. But even if they are doing it, I'm happy as a voter. Because I cannot do that. Let them
Yeah.
do. And why Congress
Okay.
cannot do this, the same thing with
Yeah.
them?
So,
If
So
they are,
Rajendra,
why
yeah,
Congress
Yeah,
cannot do
Rajendra, just looking at the time limitation.
that?
Quick remarks from you, Nagendra, on this. Then we move to the other subject.
sure. So who made these agencies, ED and all this, long back, right? They were dysfunction. They were not even functioning. They were not playing that role. They were not, doing their responsibility and duties. Now they are acting. So what is happening? And as Rajendra said, right, of if they kill the 70% of them, and when some other company or some other political company comes, or they this do, they can delete the 30 more, right? So it's fine. We are clearing up. We are cleaning this all entire nation by
Yeah.
doing all this
Yeah.
exercise.
Okay.
I'm
So
okay.
moving to the other point very briefly. We have time, 4 5 minutes only. The case is very long. On bail, Arvind Kejriwal out. CM House, Swati Maliwal, a Rajya Sabha member, mishandling, inappropriate behavior. Then that whole he said, she said thing. I'll have Rajendra ji say his analytical understanding of this whole issue, also in the context of elections. Do you see this, because they are saying that this is BJP playing through Swati Maliwal, etc. Rajendra ji.
Actually, if you ask the what is the effect going to the by Aam Aadmi Party on BJP, BJP is only against Aam Aadmi Party in 7 seats. Aam Aadmi Party is running for 22 seats, four in the Delhi and rest in Punjab. and one or two Haryana. Okay. Direct against the BJP is only 7 seats. Rest 14 seats are against Congress. So if Aam Aadmi coming outside and campaigning, if it is going to affect, it is going to affect Congress, not BJP. Number one. Number two, when you talk about Swati Maliwal case, she has been the chairman of Women Commissioner. She knows how these cases are being dealt. And if she knew that her case would not have been going through the court, she would not have done this. So she knows very well how the case will get followed up and what will be the fallout of all those.
Yeah.
Number two, the two small videos that's been taken out by Aam Aadmi Party, that she is sitting she is sitting comfortably. Now, with the 2-3 thappads or 2-3 boxes, nobody gets hurt so much that they can't stand on their own. And especially in that heat when somebody is fighting, nothing happens to them. That doesn't mean that somebody has not pulled her shirt or not slapped her or not kicked her. So by showing those two videos, they are thinking that it's all okay, nothing has been done with Satmala case. Even after they themselves accepting it in press conference, officially there's something has happened with that. So I
Yeah.
think it's going to be very bad
Yes,
for
yeah,
Aam Aadmi
yeah.
Party
So,
time.
yeah, sorry, Rajendra, it's like absurd theater. One day you say something in front of the people, second day you take that back, put another with another arguments. But I have to conclude. So I'll just bring one question, which I thought is very, very important. If some way she was not some way, actually, she wasn't given due respect, and why is the question? Why that happened? Why the PA guy would come and attack her? That why, I think, is still a mystery that needs to be addressed by somebody, and probably we'll hear something, because she also came to USA while he was in jail. And very briefly, in 30 seconds, Nagen, you want to add something to this side?
Yeah, actually, who is giving the opportunity to talk about all these things, right? Aam Aadmi Party is just reacting on this, no matter what was the reason behind it, but somebody has given this a chance or opportunity to other political parties to raise the question, right? That is where, as Rajendra ji mentioned, this is a big harm for them, even to doing the publicizing of this event. And because I saw the recent backdrop from where Kejriwal is behind the bars, right? I don't know who gave that idea to them.
Yeah. Okay. So last, just a hypothetical question and guessing game that is being done by all leaders. So why not you, Rajendra ji? How many seats for BJP? 400 पार के नहीं पार?
No, 400 par.
कहाँ तक?
No, BJP has always claimed 370. NDA is 400 par. What I think about the BJP is what they had earlier 303. At the most, they'll add 10-15 more.
So your number is 320 around.
320, 320,
Okay.
not more than that.
Nagendra ji, your guess, quick.
My guess would be 350 NDA.
NDA, BJP, I'm saying BJP 320.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah. So
give
not
and take,
yeah.
350 NDA.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of
Yeah,
cross
no,
voting happening.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, no. There could be some several reasons, and
It's already,
we may not
right now,
we may
threat
not have time
there.
to get into that. But let me also take this opportunity of 10 seconds to say my guess is 370. So, but let's see, let's see what
BJP or NDA?
NDA.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah. So, on that note, thanking Rajendra ji and Nagari for this wonderful conversation about ABC of Indian politics in the context of election 2024. Thanking you. Jai Hind,
There.
Jai
Jai
Bharat.
Hind, Jai Bharat.